Assalamu alaikum. I am Dr. Sharmin Rahman, Associate Professor, Ad-Din Women's Medical College, Mogbazar, Dhaka. Today I will going to discuss about male reproductive system part 2, which includes extratesticular ducts and associated glands. So, extratesticular ducts are epididymis, ductus deferens or vas deferens, and ejaculatory duct. First of all, epididymis. The duct of epididymis is a single highly coiled tube about 4 to 5 meter in length. It lies along the superior and posterior side of the testis. It is subdivided into head, body and tail. Head of the epididymis is formed by 10 to 20 ductally efferents, becomes highly coiled and continuous as a equally highly coiled body. In this figure, we can see these are efferent ductules which forms the coiled ducts in the head and body of the epididymis. The distal portion of the tail stores spermatozoa for a short time and it is continuous with the ductus deferens or vas deferens. This is ductus deferens or vas deferens, which is a continuous part of the tail of the epididymis. The epididymal duct is lined with pseudostratified columnar epithelium composed of rounded basal cell and principal cell with stereocilia. A layer of circularly arranged smooth muscle cells surrounds the connective tissue layer, and peristaltic contractions of this layer help conduct the spermatozoa from the epididymis to the ductus deferens. In this figure, we can see this is lumen of the epididymis, and this is epithelial layer which contains basal cells and principal cells with stereocilia, and there are a smooth muscle layer. Now, ductus deferens or vas deferens. It is a long straight tube with a thick muscular wall. It is characterized by a narrow lumen and a thick layer of smooth muscle. Its mucosa is folded longitudinally and is lined along most of its length by pseudostratified columnar epithelium with sparse stereocilia. The lamina propria of the vas deferens is rich in elastic fibers and it is surrounded by a very thick layer of muscularis layer which is consist of outer and inner longitudinal layer and middle circular layer. The muscles produce strong peristaltic contractions during ejaculation which rapidly move sperm along this duct from the epididymis. The dilated terminus of each ductus deferens is known as ampulla, which is highly folded and have thickened epithelium. In this figure, we can see this is vas deferens, it is lumen, and this is mucosa, and This is inner longitudinal, middle circular and outer longitudinal smooth muscle layer, and this is adventitia. Now ejaculatory duct. The ampulla of the ductus deferens joins the seminal vesicle to form the ejaculatory duct, and then it enters into the prostatic gland and opens in the prostatic urethra. In this figure, we can see this is ampulla of the vas deferens, this is seminal vesicle, and these two unite and form the ejaculatory duct which opens into the prostatic urethra. The lumen of the ejaculatory duct is lined by a simple columnar epithelium. The subepithelial connective tissue is folded and form irregular appearance of its lumen. The ejaculatory duct has no smooth muscle layer in its wall. Now associated glands. The associated glands are a pair of seminal vesicle, a single prostatic gland, and the two bulbourethral gland of Cooper, and these all glands are helped to form the semen. In this figure, we can see this is prostate, this is seminal vesicle, and this is bulbourethral gland. Now seminal vesicles. The paired seminal vesicles are very highly coiled tubule and located between the posterior aspect of the neck of the bladder and the prostate gland, and join the ampulla of the ductus deferens just above the prostatic gland. Its lumen is lined with simple or pseudostratified columnar epithelium, and these cells are rich in secretory granules. The lamina propria contains elastic fibers and is surrounded by smooth muscle cell with inner circular and outer longitudinal in arrangement. These glands produces a viscous yellow fructose-rich seminal fluid that constitutes 70% of the volume of the semen, and seminal fluid also contains amino acids, citrates, prostaglandins and proteins. Fructose is its principal constituent because it is the source of energy for spermatozoa. Now, prostate gland. It is a dense organ surrounding the urethra below the urinary bladder. It is formed by the collection of 30 to 50 branched tubuloalveolar glands, all surrounded by a dense fibromuscular stroma covered by a capsule. The glands are arranged in a concentric layers around the urethra. The inner layer of mucosal glands, an intermediate layer of submucosal gland, and a peripheral layer with the prostate's main glands. The gland has three zones. Inner to outer, these are the transition zone which surrounds the prostatic urethra and contains the mucosal gland, the central zone which contains the submucosal glands with longer ducts, and the peripheral zone contains the main glands with longer ducts, and glands of this area are the most common location for both inflammation and cancer. In this figure, we can see the organization of the prostatic gland. This is the prostatic urethra, which surrounds by the transitional zone which contains mucosal glands. This is central zone which contains submucosal glands, and this is peripheral zone which contains main glands. The tubulo-alveolar glands of the prostate are lined by a simple or pseudostratified columnar epithelium. Prostatic concretions or corpora amylacea, composed of calcified glycoproteins present in the lumen of the glands, whose numbers increases with a person's age. This is the figure of prostate gland. These are epithelial lining, this is lamina propria, this is muscles, and this is corpora amylacea in the lumen of the prostatic gland. In the prostatic gland, benign prostatic hypertrophy generally occurs in the transition zone surrounding the urethra and can lead to compression of the prostatic urethra with clinical symptoms. Prostatic cancer is one of the most common forms of cancer in men. A secretory product of the prostate, that is prostate specific antigen or PSA, leaks into the blood in the glandular disruption caused by the prostatic cancer. Now, bulbourethral glands. The paired bulbourethral glands located at the root of the penis and secretes a slippery lubricating solution directly into the urethra. The epithelium of these compound tubulo-alveolar glands varies from simple cuboidal to columnar epithelial cell. So that's all for today. Thank you and see you again, inshallah.